say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. In the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get started this evening. We are going to start off with our Bandolero division. Our Bandolero division will be running 15 laps this evening. On the outside of row 3 out of Lebanon, Tennessee, in the 211 is Elliott Klein. On the outside of row 2 in the 55 car out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee is Landon Thrasher. And on the inside of row 2 in the 4 car out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee is Jordan Bauer. On the inside of row 1 out of Estill Springs, Tennessee, driving the 0 car is Jackson Riley. And on the pole tonight out of Fairview, Tennessee, driving the 12 car is Maya Etherly. Your Bandolero division running 15 laps.
And it is good to be back at the rim after a little vacation. See my friend Chuck Manning up there. Chuck Manning taking over for me. And this is going to be a barn burner over here tonight. We'll see if Thrasher, the 55, can hold on to the points lead as Maya Etherly starts on the pole tonight in the race choice number 12. Power takes the lead in the 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, they're 3 wide. Jack out the car on the outside, the 0 machine. Jackson Riley trying to make a move, but Power comes out with the lead in the 4.5 machine. Heavily falls to the 3rd spot, but now here comes Thrasher trying to take that position away. Down the back straightaway, he'll take the position. So now they'll single out. It'll be Bauer, Riley, Thrasher, Everly, and Emerson in the end. Now won't that 4th spot. Emerson will touch the position. Down the back straightaway, it's a good old-fashioned drag race. And Everly not going down without a fight, but Emerson on the bottom, and Everly takes the position back. Let's go with the last Bandolero race of the year. Look at Jordan Bauer flexing his muscles in the 4.5 machine. But here comes Thrasher in the 55 machine. 11 laps to go, and Bauer still has the lead, but Thrasher is coming. Potter Brothers Construction Company, number 55 car out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Your points leader, Landon Thrasher, trying to pick up one more win of the 2025 season here at the Veterans Motorplex. If my math is correct, the next lap you should see side-by-side racing for the lead. Back straightaway, Thrasher makes a move to the inside. He'll pull up beside the 4 car, and the battle is on. Out of turn 4, Thrasher takes the lead. In the 4.5 in the second spot. Riley in the third spot, the 0. Emerson in the 88 machine in fourth. And the 5th place car is by Everly. Fairview, Tennessee race car driver and the checker flag fall. Your winner, Landon Thrasher. As Emerson gets into Jackson Riley a little bit after the race. Riley kind of got on the brakes a little bit. No big deal. And that'll wrap up the first feature race of the 2025 Chilly Willy.
In row 3, in the 7, John Vivert out of Bethpage, Tennessee. On the inside of row 3, Tony Chambers in the 43 out of Nashville, Tennessee. On the outside of row 2 in the 03, Bryce Dalrymple out of Cottontown, Tennessee. Then we have the 25 of Wayne White out of Brentwood, Tennessee. On the outside of row 1, Shane Anderson out of Springfield, Tennessee in the 99. And on the pole, David Merlin out of Gillisville, Tennessee in the 76 car.
And good to see Shane Anderson back behind the wheel of a race car. Shane has a nickname around here, Chuck, and they call him Pretty Boy, Shane Anderson in the 99. Good to see him and David Merlin starting on the front row. 2 old-timers in the front of the field. We'll see if they can hold back these young guns. Deep in the field in row 3, it looks like John Allen Vivert is back in the Bethpage Bullet back there in the 7 car. Good to see Darrell Fudge back behind the wheel of a race car. He's driving the backup car for Wayne White, the number 5 machine. As they get set to fire, side by side, wheel to wheel, bumper to bumper, door handle to door handle, out of turn 4. Boy takes the lead down the first straightaway. Here comes Chambers. Now on the outside in the 3 wide momentarily. Now down into 1 and 2. Round down Wayne White all by his lonesome. It'll be a total restart on this. Total restart as Wayne White turns all by himself. And a little free smoke show for you, ladies. Wayne White and Shane Anderson will roll off for this time out of turn 4. Machine. Down to the out of the back of Everett. I don't know if that was brake smoke. Backing up the left front tire, going in the corner. Turning around now, the way to White. For the top three spots. Down the left straightaway, Everett gets to the inside of White. Out of four, it's side by side. Second spot. Wayne White falls to the third spot. Chambers like a donut. Caution on the speedway for Tony Chambers.
All right, we're doubled up, going to one to go. We will get the green this time by.
As they fire out of turn four. Everett in the 7th car takes the lead. Shane Anderson in second. Wayne White in third. Here comes Howard.
Robert out front, Anderson takes Wayne White in third. Now in the fourth. Anderson fifth. Time to go in the line, Bobby, still out front.
Starting to stretch the lead out of it. Down pit road comes David Merlin. In the 7th machine. Last River. Strutting his stuff.
Bobby's still out front. Anderson second, White in third. Anderson making a charge. Anderson getting around on Bobby. At the line is still Bobby. Anderson. White down in the ring. Anderson on the inside of Robert going in 3 and 4. This time around at the line, it's Anderson out front, Robert sitting outside. Robert down the end of the spot back, Anderson out front now. Ready to go. Ready to go. We have Anderson out front of Robert. Here we go.
Anderson, your leader. John Alexander in the 2nd spot. Wayne White in 3rd. Now Russell 4th and Darrell Fudge in the 5th spot.
White flag this time by.
Sponsored by Walt Garrison Family Farms out of Cottontown, Tennessee, and Logie Transportation.
Starting on the pole in the 77E, Eastern Heartleg out of Louisville, Kentucky. On the outside of row 1 in the 62 is Jake Vickers. And in row 2 in the 07 out of Shepherdsville, Kentucky is Riley Ewing.
Hey, Chuck, good looking field of cars, and you know me. I love 3 cars on the speedway, but I guarantee you it's going to be a show. As we get set with future stars of the Crown Vic here at the Veterans Motorplex at the Chilly Willy. As we fire out of turn 4. A little bit of brake smoke off the old 7 car as he tries to stop it. Down the back straightaway, the 62 machine takes charge. Look at the 62 machine. All over the speedway. 19 laps to go. Here comes the 07 machine. Chuck, are you a betting man? Would you bet on who's going to win this? Little bit of trouble out of Louisville, Kentucky driver in the 77 machine. That wall does not move.
And ladies and gentlemen, these are 10 to 16-year-old kids driving these cars tonight.
Around goes the 77E machine. As we get set to go green one more time with the Crown Vic Future Stars. Vic on the inside. Jake Vickers in the 62 car pulls to the lead, but the 07 machine on the outside out of trying to hang on up there. I don't know if he can pass the 62, but he sure is just as fast on the racetrack. Looks like Vickers in the 62 though has got something figured out.
Down front again. At the line this time, it's Vickers out front, and Hartley. Vickers in the 62 starting to pull away. Crown Hartley hanging on the third.
Left on the board, and Jake Vickers is still the man.
Still out front. Ewing hanging on the second. Ryan getting down on Vickers. At the line, we got Vickers still out front of Ewing. by, ladies and gentlemen. 5 to go this time by. Victor's still out front of you, and Hartley's running in third. Got 3 to go. Coming to the line, maybe we'll get 2 to go. Victor's still out front of you. Hey, we'll get the 1 to go this time by from North Lakeland. 1 to go, 1 to go.
One more to go for Victor's in the 62 machine.
And your winner, Jake Vickers. Attention in the stands, kids, if you'll come down to the front, we got some drivers giving out some candy down here. James Faulkner. On the outside of row 1 in the 91 is Kent Stamps. On the inside of row 2 in the 12 car is Nash Pointer. On the outside of row 2 in the 38C is Galen Clark. On the inside of row 3 in the 25 is Jesse Binkley. On the outside of row 3 in the 24 is Greg Grisham. On the inside of row 4 in the 45 is Mike Curran. .5 laps. Double up in the 1 to go. Next time by, ladies, we'll get straight, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I tell you what, Chuck, it's going to be a well of a show here in Chilly Willy with the Legends cars. 3-cylinder, 900cc engines in most of these cars.
Well, here we go. Caution on the speedway. Caution
Belcher, call them back.
Did not like that start.
Out of turn 4. It'll be Faulkner and Stamps on the front row. Faulkner got him a good jump that time. We'll see if he can pull it off again. Good clean start. Dan Pointer all the way. park. It's going to be a miraculous show here. We'd like to thank each and every one of you for supporting us week in, week out here at the Veterans Motorplex. Good to see all of the faithful fans in the house tonight. Side by side, wheel to wheel, running board to running board, the Legend cars will fire. In the 38 machine, got his sights set on Faulkner. All over the back of him.
go. This time out. 5 to go. From the inside of him. Around those bumps. Gives up the fire out of turn 4. There you go, out front. Followed by the step, looking vicious. Basically looking to make a move on step. Followed by Jesse Victor, that's the top 10. At the line, Galen Carney's the winner. Followed by 10 steps, Jesse Victor, Greg Grisham.
As we get set for 75 laps of the Chilly Willy 2025 season ender here in the Veterans Motorplex.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, they are getting the one to go this time by. Hang on to the hat, and everybody else is going to get crazy. It's going to be some great action.
As we get set, Chuck, there'll be wheel to wheel, bumper to bumper, door handle to door handle coming out of turn 4. 28 of the Crown Vic on the Speedway tonight.
Making a move on right, thinking.
Receiver being chased by 2 hometown boys, Mark Hughes. But here comes the 12 machine and
seconds. Caution on the speedway.
Well, I think coming out of turn 2, I had a little bit of a run. I don't even know who it was. Had a run on somebody and knocked him out his door, and he didn't know I was there, I think. And got pinched into the wall. Man, tough break. I tell you what, this was a fast car last time it was here. This is a bad beast right here. Do you think you had something for them at the end of the night? I don't know. We were moving up. We were going pretty good. I wouldn't have won it, I don't think, but we were moving up and trying to get through a lot of cars there. Well, where did you travel from? Head down from Louisville, Kentucky with a whole group of us. Yeah, you're part of that LeFever crew, right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, we appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming down and racing the Chilly Willy. Look forward to seeing you next time. The number 8 machine, Nick Bird, out of Louisville, Kentucky. Good looking race car, real fast car, tough race. Lacey Luck wasn't on his side tonight. Just 2 heavy hitters is gone out of the football, which leaves us with 26 Crown Vics on the speedway.
On your front row, it's Derek Reisinger out of Shepherdsville, Kentucky in the 28, and Mark Fuquay in the 116 out of Greenbrier, Tennessee. Row 2 is Landon Dickens and Marcus Elliott. We will go green this time. Here we go. Jumping out front. Pulls up beside it. Way out front. LeFever has problems in the 28 machine. He fell way off the pace. Way out front. Down the first step. At the line, it's Fuquay. Elliott hanging on the door, getting around it. Looking back at the wide offset, going to the middle to the front of the field. For Fuquay, I think he's got a flat tire. out front, the 777. Corbin McGee, the only one in the lead. Jacob Roberts, 23rd to 91. Top three. Robertson running second. Ryan running third. Kyle Higgler running fourth. Andrew Evans running fifth. ladies and gentlemen, your leader right now is Corbin McGee out of Carthage, Indiana. Followed in second by Jacob Robertson out of Shepherdsville, Kentucky. Then Johnny McGee out of Carthage, Indiana. Then Kyle LaFavor in the 38, and then followed up by the 14 of Andrew Evans out of Sterling, Indiana. Robertson, row 2 is McGee and LaFavor. They will be coming to green. Nope. Wave that off. We're going to get the one to go.
The fan wire came off, car got too hot and it pulled it in.
Robertson coming out front. McGee and LaFavor battling for second. Out front is Robertson. McGee and LaFavor battling for second. McGee and Evans battling for third. At the line is Robertson, LaFavor. 35 to go this time by. Robertson out front. Robertson, LaFavor, Evans, then the McGee. To go this time by. Robertson still off front. Followed by LaFavor and Evans. Caution on the speedway.
That's right. If the rain continues, we will run the scrappers next. Scrapper drivers, you need to get to your car. Scrappers, to your car. Scrappers, to your car. Attention to the pit. All scrapper drivers, to your car. Scrappers, to your car. Scrapper drivers, to your car. Roll it.
There's Jim Robinson out front. And Jerry Evans looking to take over second from LaFever. LaFever comes back to third. Then you got the McGee. Corbin and Johnny. Robinson out front. Evans. Robertson, Evans, LaFever, and Johnny Lee. Followed by the 24, Noah Allen. Evans looking to the inside of Robertson. Trying to pull the water door with Robinson down the front street. Going into 1 and 2. Coming out of 2 down the back straightaway. They are still door to door, side by side for the lead. Evans and Robertson. At the line, Robinson down low. They're still running side by side. Evans and Robertson for the lead. LaFever hanging back there, waiting for a door to open. Run 1 and 2 side by side. That traffic will become a factor here shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Evans on the inside, Robinson on the outside. Neither gaining or losing it in. At the line, Evans got the lead this time. Robinson takes it behind Evans. LaFever running for third. McGee in fourth now. Evans out front. Robinson in second. Robinson out of second. Followed by Kyle LaFever out of Louisville, Kentucky. Noah Allen in the 44 down to Kyle LaFever. Evans out front. Here we go, Evans. Here Robertson. Coming for the second flag, it is Evans, the winner. Followed by Robinson, then Allison. Followed then McGee.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to run the scrabbers. We are going to bring the late models back up and see what the racetrack looks like. We're going to try to put some heat in the track with the scrappers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just would like to remind you, if by chance we get rained out, the rain comes through and it rains us out, we are halfway through the car tonight. The race night will be concluded.
As Bill Hall goes to the trailer. Watch the flagman, there we go. As they're off and running, and Daniel Crow is in Ricky Barbie. I don't know who gets the number 1 machine, but he's got a good lead. But Eddie Lewis is closing the gap.
That is Lucas Bunch in the 1. Lucas Bunch out in the 1 car, out to a lead over Eddie Lewis.
Lucas Bunch out front in the number 1, Eddie Lewis in the second spot in the 7-11, and the 26 of Ricky Barbie, Daniel Crow. As Colton has been passing out these lures all night long, we'll give away a few more after this race.
Lucas Bunch out front, Eddie Lewis closing the gap down the back straightaway. Closing a little more each lap, Eddie Lewis. Lucas Bunch out front. Eddie Lewis on the back bumper now. Eddie, oh, we got one around in 3 and 4. And we're side by side down the back stretch going into 3 and 4. Eddie Lewis coming out front of Lucas Bunch. Eddie Lewis now takes over the lead.